joined by quarterback Jarrett Deggy. We'll open it up to questions and start with Greg Hunter.
So, Jarrett, walk me through the year in terms of your progress. I mean, where were you at the start of the year? Do you think you were a little bit behind because of the whole pandemic stuff? And then how have you progressed as the year's gone along?
Yeah, I don't think I was behind. I took the whole pandemic thing and, kind of ran with it. And I think I progressed as a quarterback. But the first two Big 12 conference games, I think I was just trying to do too much, trying to, put the whole team on my back. And now I'm just kind of making confident decisions, decisive decisions, and just playing within the system, and just making things easy and not trying to make it too hard.
Cody Nesper.
Hey, Jared. So I'm sure you're on a pretty good streak of ball security. I was just wondering if you could tell us about what goes into that. Neil has said a couple times that it's mostly decision making, but I was just wondering what your thought is.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. When you're decisive with what you want to do and where you want to go with the ball, you can't really turn it over that many times.
John Antonic.
Hey, Jared, these guys they get off to incredible starts in the games that they played this year, and they've obviously put up a lot of points. Is it tempting to try to get into a track meet with them, or do you try to do things to maybe slow the game down a little bit and possess the ball? What's your thoughts there?
I think we're just going to do what we do on offense. They're going to score points. It's Oklahoma. They always got really good offenses. But I feel like if we play like the way we've been playing, we'll be right in the game, and it'll be a fourth quarter game.
Greg Hunter.
So, Jared, you saw Neil Brown's offense when your brother ran it. And now that you're in it, is it different than it was at Texas Tech? The same? How are the changes, and how have you adapted?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they ran at Texas Tech systematically and stuff like that, but I think my brother maybe threw it a little more. I don't know if that goes into, the run game and all that stuff, but I think for the most part it's pretty much stayed the same. And, Coach Brown's probably grown his offense and done a couple different things since then too.
Back to John.
Yeah, a follow-up to that one. As a quarterback and as an offensive player, do you have the defense in mind at all when you're thinking about how you attack Oklahoma? When I say defense, your defense, not Oklahoma's defense, when you're attacking a team that scores the points that they do with Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think with a defense like ours and how well they're playing, I might not have to force the ball and I can take a sack, and, it's okay to punt sometimes. So having a defense like ours, maybe for me, I don't have to force things as much.
Mike Kazaza.
Jared, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, you talked a bunch about your brother and watching him and seeing him go through things in college. He had a difficult time with interceptions for a while there, and I remember reading about it before West Virginia played him, and he also had great success too, and it's easy to remember one than the other, but I'm wondering what you remember about that struggle he went through and how he dealt with it and how he emerged in that, because it sounds like you learned a thing or two about that.
Yeah, just watching him and going through and seeing him battle through adversity was huge for me. And my dad always taught me and my brother, to play the next play. And that's the biggest thing you can do when you throw an interception or turn the football over is go ahead and play the next play, and every play is individual.
Greg?
You've been in the college game for a while now, but is it hard initially to be away for the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas? You're often not home with family.
I've been doing it for a while now. Being at Bowling Green, I didn't get to go home until Christmas and summer. I get about those two and spring break off, and that's okay with me because I'm living the dream of playing college football. My parents know that, and they love it too. So I'm just glad to be playing college football, and I'll get plenty of family time after I'm done.
Go ahead, Cody.
So Neil made sure to note that this is the first night game that you guys will play since he's been here. Just what's different about playing a night game?
Yeah, I don't think there's too much different. I think you'll have a little bit more adrenaline going at the beginning of the game. I think that once a couple plays are played, that kind of wears off and it turns into a normal football game. But it's obviously exciting to play at night in front of the lights, and I wish all the fans could be there. But to me, it's going to be a normal game.
And back to Greg.
And finally, for me, Jared, you mentioned your parents. Do they get a chance to come to Morgantown for games at all?
Yes, my parents make every single game. They haven't missed a single game that I've started in.
Any other questions for Jarrett today? Okay, Jarrett, thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.